Hi, I'm Noel. As many of you know, and Josh shared, that Christy passed away last year. And I'm going to be reading from this. So, it has been an interesting time trying to figure out life. And I'm here to share with you how God has helped me overcome my loss. God provided a lot of stuff. First of all, He provided time to grieve. To put things into perspective, we met in 2001. We married in 2005. The doctors found our first growth in 2008. It was then I started to think about the possibility of losing Christy. But since the growth was benign, we didn't put too much thought into it until she started having abdominal pains in the fall of 2011. After getting the test results back, leiomyosarcoma was the type of cancer she had. It's a rare form of cancer which consists of 5 to 10% of all soft tissue sarcoma. We cried, we slept, and we shared this with our family and friends. God knew what I could handle, and He has provided the time to deal with the cancer and the thought of losing Christy. We talked about death. We talked about living. We shared more intensely our dreams and hopes for the future. So this wasn't what I call a sucker punch. That came out of nowhere. But it was God's sovereignty preparing me for the journey ahead. Another thing He provided was dealing with being alone. So when you're married and you share your life with some other person, you definitely are bonded intimately, and you're bonded in a way that God's provided you to. Being alone, I truly know what being alone is now. So one of Christy's treatments was chemo sessions at Stanford. These treatments lasted anywhere from a couple of hours to overnight stays. The latter prepped me for what was to come. I wanted to stay with Christy, but you guys know Christy. She would insisted that I go home and sleep in our own bed so I can get a better sleep. For the first few nights, I cried myself to sleep, not knowing if Christy was going to return or just the thought of being alone in our bed. Over time, God granted me peace and assurance that He is always there and that He got this. With this assurance, I was able to sleep comfortably by myself then and even now. As Christy's body got more sensitive to motion and later losing mobility, God provided the time for me to learn to do things on my own. Everyday things such as grocery shopping, running errands, going to church, the things that we did together, I had to relearn to do on my own. God's providence was also in my workplace. And you know, some of you, a majority of you know about my testimony in relation to my work. His timing is always perfect. God provided a job for me on April 11th last year, which brought me back into the work routine. And that, because of that, you know, I did taking care of Christy prior to that, 6 months prior. So having a job actually kind of removed me almost from being a caregiver, and now brought me back into something more routine that helped me ease into things. As Christy passed on April 28th, He provided my conversion to a full-time employee on May 1st, which provided health care and a salary to cover me for the next year. Definitely God provided through all these things. Now what does it look like moving forward? Moving forward for me is a tricky thing, as I'm trying my best to follow where God leads. God helped me put me back into a workplace to keep me busy for the last year. Unfortunately, as some of you have heard, February 1st I got laid off. But guess what? You know, He's providing this time for me to take a break, as well as possibly travel. I'm starting to date again as well, which is very interesting to say the least, as I haven't dated anyone since Christy, and that was about 16 years ago. So I'm learning what it looks like to date nowadays. But as God has provided Christy, I know He'll provide someone to journey alongside me. As well, about 10 years ago, Melissa Lee, she invited us here to CFC, and we started our season here. Last year, Minnie Chan, some of you know her, invited me to her church, Redeemer Bible Fellowship in Mountain View. And I believe God is leading me there to grow in ways that I've been putting off for some time. Although I won't be here at CFC that much, I'm still a phone call away, a text away, I'm also on Messenger, and I'll still be in the Bay Area till God leads me elsewhere. I want to praise God for everyone who has supported us throughout this journey, as well as the journey ahead. Without the support of our biological families, our church family, and friends, I wouldn't be where I am today. As Christy always said, love you lots and lots. God has given me a constant assurance through this whole journey, where I always felt God was encouraging me that He got this. Also, the realization that this is His plan and not mine helped my faith grow in ways I've never imagined. God does know what's best for me, and I'm doing my best to follow where He leads. Thanks and praise to God our Father. Thank you.
God our Father, we thank you for the journey that Noel's traveled, and even sometimes the travels through dark valleys when the water was bitter, and yet you were still sovereign. And so, Lord, we praise you that Noel is not a magic wave of a wand or your hand, and suddenly all the suffering and difficulties left Noel's life. We praise you that in your goodness, Lord, taking him on a lifelong journey of overcoming sorrow and suffering, of overcoming loss. And we praise you for the healing that you've done in his heart and in his life. And we thank you that it doesn't just magically disappear and the memories stay. And we thank you for those days that you'll be with him and comfort him when pain and heartache return. We ask, God, that we walk with our brother. We thank you for his calling through you into Christ, as well as whatever ministry and relationships lie ahead of him. God, we ask for your guidance and your wisdom. And we love him as a brother. We praise you that we get to send him out to be a discipler and an influence, as well as to grow in Christ, not just in our local church, but in the capital C, the broader context of the church and the kingdom of God. And so we love him and we bless him in the name of Jesus. Amen.